spotted you and said, that is the person that would be needing?
Well, not exactly like that. I honestly think it was fate. I was in the right place at the right time, and I honestly think that God wanted me to be in that place at that time, because I was in an art gallery, and the producers of Big Brother Nigeria, one of the producers actually who was working for Endemol at that time, they were in the art gallery buying paintings for the Big Brother Nigeria house. And I was helping Debola Williams, who everybody knows now.
Yeah.
Debola Williams was working on a TV show at that point with a guy called Dele Fadaunsi. They had a show called Nigeria International, and they wanted, different people to host different episodes of it. And on one particular occasion, I had followed a friend of mine, an actress, to their show, and she was basically hosting an episode. And she was a bit nervous. So I was basically just standing on the sidelines saying, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that?
Oh, really?
Basically, I was just making suggestions, not that I knew. So Debola had said, well, if you're telling her what to do, why don't you go do it yourself? And I said, well, actually, I don't have any experience. I'm just backseat driver. You know how backseat drivers will say, go tell you what to do, but they don't actually know what they're doing. So that was what I did. And then on a particular occasion, there was an actress that was supposed to come and host an episode for them. She didn't end up coming. And because they were filming close to where I was living at the time, they called me up and they're like, Michelle, can you help us out with this episode that we're doing, Nika Art Gallery? It's not far from where you're at the moment. Do you mind? And I was like, I really don't know what I'm doing. Oh, just come. I was supposed to be there at that time. So I went. And as I was helping them do it, in walked two of the producers for Big Brother Nigeria, and they were watching, and they were like, oh, you have an interesting voice. Are you a TV presenter? No, I'm not a TV presenter. I'm just helping these guys out.
And at this time, you came to Nigeria for the holiday?
I was here on holiday, yeah. I was here on holiday, and so...
You had a 9-to-5 job?
I did. I had a 9-to-5 back in London, and I didn't even give her my number. Because I said I'm not a presenter, so no, I can't come for an audition. So it was Dele Fadaunsi who actually gave her my number, and I left. She called me, said just come, and I was like, no, I don't live here. I'm here on holiday. I'm visiting my sister. Just come. So then I spoke to my sister Najite about it and said, this woman keeps trying to convince me to come for this audition. And she was like, you're a big fan of the show in the UK, or Big Brother in the UK. Why don't you just go? You have nothing to lose. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, just go. You're here on holiday. So that's how I went. And yeah, one thing led to another. And then I went to a second audition, which I was called back for. And then, here we are.
Oh, well, but that was...
And I started presenting. And it's pretty much the same way I started acting as well.
Oh.
Interestingly enough, that's pretty much the same way it kind of happened.
Okay, so I don't know about your acting experience. I know about presenting. But really, how did you start acting? Someone saw you.
People
acting, will be very angry with you on this show. Because people chased after this thing for years.
To be honest with you, something, there are things that I have chased for years.
Right.
After that first experience. I mean, it's not as if, I got Big Brother and then suddenly jobs were being handed to me. No. Number one, because I knew nothing about presenting, I had to learn about presenting. And thankfully, I learned from some really, really good people. And I always, always, always give thanks to them. Anton Berghoff, who is a South African, he taught me how to be a presenter, really. Because he said, yes, I saw that you had something in you. I just needed to bring it up because I was very shy. So for me to even go to that audition, my sister literally had to keep... on the way there, she was literally gingering me. She's like, Michelle, you can do this. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. How do I even talk to a camera? What am I doing? I'm going to be too hyper. What do I say? Blah, blah, blah. And I was I was shaking. And she said, just try. And even when they offered me the job, I was like, what am I doing? I don't know anything about presenting. I studied fashion design and marketing.
How about acting?
This is so out of my league. Acting, it was more of a knowing, okay, I'm going to audition. But then that was also another friend who is an actress, Thelma Ojiji, who kept trying to convince me for a long time, for at least a year and a half. Then different directors who I had met who said, Michelle, why don't you try acting? like, why don't you just try it? And I was like, I'm not interested in acting. I don't think I would be good at it. I think that as a presenter, you have to be yourself. You can't act presenting. I believe that bad presenters act presenting. It's not a character you're playing. You have to be yourself.
Yeah.
So because I tend to be very animated, I speak with my hands a lot. I felt I'm not going to be able to be an actor because once you're an actor, you play different characters. You have to be different people.
Yeah.
I can't be anybody else except myself. I can't sound like anybody else. My face is very expressive. I thought, okay, you know what? Yet again, what do you have to lose?
So you had your waiting period. What were you doing in the months where you went?
I was presenting. I mean, I was
you had a show.
I was emceeing. No, presenting. I was presenting, whether it was emceeing events, etc., etc. So at that point, it was okay.
Wait, Michelle, I'm sorry to cut you in. We saw Desperate Housewives. You killed it. That's what I mean by you killed it.
I didn't know at the point that I was going to audition that I was going to kill it. You don't know.
Right, but you did a fantastic job. So here's my question to you. Because like I said earlier, people are going to be very upset with you. It sounds like it's come to you too easy.
But that's
all know.
No, that's why I had said I was very particular at the beginning, where I had said I think it was fate. I didn't come to Nigeria to become a TV presenter. So I came here on holiday.
In terms of your
because
journey,
I'm not giving you the blow-by-blow description of everything that happened, but one of the reasons why I strongly believe that it was God was because before I went for that audition for Big Brother, I was trying to get back to England. Now, I had my flight booked, ready. I would go to the airport and then they're like, I'm sorry, you're on standby.
Oh, wow.
And so I would end up going back. And this is 2006 when traffic towards VGC Aja was a nightmare. You're in traffic for 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, literally.
Not only that, I was the only person that went for that audition that had no experience. One of the people that was there told me to come back for a callback at 1 p.m. All the other presenters were told to come back at 10 a.m. in the morning. So that particular person that told me to come back at 1 p.m. gave me the wrong time intentionally. So as we're trying to
later?
Yes, which I would learn, not even later, pretty much when I went back for the second audition.
Oh, wow.
So I know that God was involved in that respect. So as I was going back to the audition, and one of the things that happened, I apparently was, which is according to the receptionist that was there, I was one of the only people, she said the only person, that spoke to her like she was a human being. Oh. I stopped, I had a conversation with her, I said good morning, blah, blah, blah. We're having a general conversation.
Yeah.
And so when we were given the callbacks to come back at 10, even though this man had sent me a text message saying, come back at 1 p.m., this woman didn't have my number, couldn't get it from the system because she was a receptionist and didn't have access to it. So she knew, oh, this is Maryjane Dede's younger sister. She went about trying to find my sister's number. And when she called and she said, where is your sister? She was supposed to be here at 10 a.m. in the morning. She said, no, she was told to come at 1. She said, no, tell her to hurry up. It took us 3 hours. By the time we got back to the mainland, we didn't get back to the mainland until almost 2 p.m. because we were now leaving at around 10:30, 11. Rushed in there, sweating and everything. The South African producers were walking out, were shouting, and they're like, why are you late? You're supposed to be here at this time. And I was apologetic, and I said, I'm sorry. I got this text message saying I was supposed to be here at 1, and they said, no, this is the text message that you were sent. You're supposed to be here at 10 a.m. I said, no, this is what... And I saved the message. And they realized basically somebody was trying to sabotage me. So for me, that was obviously God. The journey, there have been really tough times. There have been times when I've wanted certain jobs and I didn't get them. And for me, immediately after I had done Big Brother, even though it happened, because it wasn't something that I had studied or something that I felt extremely passionate about, I felt as if it was some kind of fluke. I felt like it was a lucky thing. And even though, yes, okay, God has given you this opportunity, because I doubted myself and I doubted my abilities. And also because I hadn't lived in Nigeria when I was growing up. The way things happen here and the politics that go on when people are trying to stop you from succeeding, it became too much for me. So
we will take a quick break. And when we come back, we will hear more from Michelle Dede. Don't go anywhere.